Alright, YouTube, it's time for Occult Literature, video number 98, The Tomb of Semiramis. It is an alchemical text, 26 pages, so it's, somewhat on the short side. This work goes hand in hand with one of the minor traditions within the great work of alchemy. A lot of these texts, they delve into, here's how you make gold, in either a counterfeiting sense or they're speaking in spiritual metaphor or chemical metaphor about other topics. Sometimes these are literally spiritual tracts that masquerade as the chemical art, sometimes vice versa. They're chemistry that masquerades as some spiritual dialogue of one sort or another. As always, link in the description to my edition of this work on Amazon, second link to my books blog. If you're interested in alchemy, I think there are 24 different works now available with the addition of this work and the next one I'll be speaking of. Now, the Tomb of Semiramis is actually one of the most interesting alchemical works that I've come across. Like I said, it goes hand in hand with Hollandus, the lesser tradition, specifically creating a sort of elixir. It is said to be easily dissolved in warm wine, for which it's taken internally. Now, this is a mercurial compound of some sort. I believe Hollandus mentions antimony, but it's fairly clear he's not talking about actual antimony. He's talking about mercury. Specifically, he attempts to explain, the mercury of the philosophers is actually not mercury. However, the compound that's described, the flavor, being overpoweringly sweet, indicates lead. Work of Saturn is working with lead. It's also got mercury in it or something along those lines. This particular compound, apparently, it's sort of like Dr. Thunder. If you follow the Lewis and Clark expedition, you can actually find where they went to the bathroom along their route because there's such high concentrations of mercury. Because they were eating a diet that didn't have much in the way of fiber and other nutritive value, in order to stay regular, they actually had to take this Dr. Thunder or whatever other term they may have used at the time, which was essentially quicksilver, and it would clean them right out. This is used internally. It's used for fever reduction. It's used to sweat out poison. Certainly if you are getting lead poisoning, you're going to be sitting there sweating for a while. It may have had beneficial actions. It would be a very severe purgative. It'd be a very severe medicine to use. It was also injected into wounds. Now, I'll say this, whether we're talking about actual antimony, lead, or some mercurial substance, it could have had antimicrobial action. That being said, powdered sulfur or rock salt probably would have worked just as well and been less dangerous to use. But it was used as medicine. The idea was you created something, it was a metal that was very, very easily dissolved at a very low temperature. It had medical action, or they thought it had medical action. And this is part of the great work. The creation of elixir goes hand in hand with the creation of actual gold. When they talk about the philosophical gold, oftentimes they're talking about literally the sense of enlightenment or intellectual faculties, something they've discovered that they considered to be scientific in a primitive way. And they covered it up with metaphor to keep others from creating the same material so they could capitalize upon it, number one. So they could control its quantity, remove fraudulent material, maybe number two. Number three, to differentiate themselves from actual counterfeiters who are taking tin and copper and other things and making fake gold, making fake silver, certainly dispensing this material as medicine. Then you have the aurum potabile, the concept of colloidal gold, which is real, by the way. The process will work. It's easier to do it now than perhaps it was back then. But yes, you can actually produce gold in suspension. So these substances, where we're talking about actual chemistry, including within the Tomb of Semiramis, they are real. That includes what they considered to be the philosophic gold in the more literal sense, the foliated earth, the green oil, and so forth. They have all of these different terms. These are real chemical substances. They just didn't quite get the action of them in some cases. I read one work, I can't remember which one it was, where essentially dead earth that had been repeatedly distilled was then allowed to essentially ferment. They're like, plants will grow on it. Now what they were seeing was mold or fungi or something like that. They didn't understand fully the concept of sterilization. Alchemy is an interesting subject. We're talking about the rudiments of chemistry. The Tomb of Semiramis is no alternative to that. It's an interesting work, and it expands upon Hollandus. If you're interested in the works of Hollandus, if you're interested in sort of the elixir side of alchemy, more than the, well, here's how we raise the phoenix to make gold side of alchemy, perhaps, then this would definitely be a work of interest to you. If you're into the lead into gold sort of stuff, this isn't the work for you. So as always, link in the description to my edition of this work on Amazon. Second link to my books blog. There's more than just alchemy there. A new category will be going live sometime in December, probably, for herbal and homeopathic works. It's something that I've always been interested in. I didn't have enough source material to actually create a category for it, and was a little bit scatterbrained at the time when I first began editing these works. So that will be coming. Another video right after this for the 6 keys of Eudoxus as well. That's about all. Peace out.